Hello, I am back with my 8 month Loc Journey update. So I can't believe it's been 8 months, first of all. That sounds insane. That's almost a year. And I mean, I guess that's about right, but wow, it's been 8 months of peace. And getting up, getting out of the door in less than 5 minutes when it comes to my hair. So let me just give you guys a little bit of a recap and just kind of let you guys know where I'm at, what my routine looks like, and how I've been maintaining my hair. Every so often, I do get questions from people, even as I'm just out and about in the community. So I wanted to go ahead and answer those here because when I was starting my Loc journey, I found these videos so helpful. And yeah, I just want to be that help to the next person. If anybody else is thinking about starting their locks, yes, I did start them on my own. Everything about my locks was done by me. So I started them on my own. I've maintained them on my own. I colored them on my own. I washed them on my own. I've never been to a loctician, not because I don't want to, just because the price is a lot. And when it's something that I'm like, I could do that, I think I'm gonna go one day and be like, I should have been here. But so far, so good. And here's my process, I guess. I started with 2 strand twists. I originally started on Thanksgiving Day and I started with like 150 something. If you're looking at my head saying, girl, that's not 150 something, you're right. Hold on, I'm getting there. It's not 150 something because I was just like, I wanted to be done. And I got done and I was like, I don't know. I wasn't in love and I was a little I was very underwhelmed. So after about 3 weeks or so, 2 or 3 weeks, I was like, this isn't what I want to look like for the next however many years. So I went back and all those perfect little parts that I had done, I just split them in half. I just split them in half. So now my parts look any kind of way, which is perfectly fine for me because these are like the only parts you can really see. These are the only ones. Um, I'm okay with that. So I use like the back isn't my business anyway, but I can't see it, you can't see it, nobody can see it, so it's fine. Um, I retwist my hair about every 4 to 6 weeks. I could use a retwist every 4 weeks. I try not to retwist too often because I don't know why, but the Loc girlies that came before me said don't do that. So I just don't do that. They said it could be bad for your locks, so I just don't do that. I do it about every 6 weeks. I cannot go longer than 6 or 7 weeks as much as I would love to. I can't because when I finally get in here and I'm like, okay, let me find my part, and I'm like pulling the hair apart. It's so matted. It is so dense and thick and just like it's just locking itself all together to become one big lock. So I have to go in at least at the most every 6 weeks. If not, I will regret it. 100% will regret it. So when I wash my hair, I do braid and band it. I don't have to band it as much anymore. I did notice that. I washed it today, and when I band it, I just do a small amount. Maybe that's what it is. It's not so much that I can't like that it, and it's not a blunt end, but it's not so much that it's so thick that it unravels. So I just do a small piece. So yes, I do end up with like maybe 15 over my whole head, 15 to 20. Um, but I just do that while I'm watching TV because it doesn't have to be a certain pattern. I don't, go by any part of the grid. I do still have a grid. I mean, I don't know if you can see, but I do still have a grid. It's been about 2 weeks since my last retwist. And after I wash it, it is what it is. I'm okay with that. It's locks. I don't need them to just look like a new set of braids every day. But when I wash it, this is what I'm washing with. I use the MFL Loc ACV shampoo. MFL stands for Made for Locks, and ACV shampoo. So it just has apple cider vinegar and a few other things. It's a clarifying shampoo and it helps to detox. If it matters to you, it is vegan, it says. But yeah, I use it every time I wash my hair. So it is also sulfate free, paraben free, alcohol free, and silicone free. Those things do matter to me. I'm very big on keeping my hair healthy, and whether it's in locks or whether I was a loose natural, that means the world to me. So I get in there and a couple pumps and, do my thing. I do wash down the hair because when my hair gets dirty, it starts looking and acting dirty. So my hair will get to looking as boneless as it can look for my density. So I have to get in there and I have to really, like, even in the braids, I just wash down the braid. I don't do that. I don't know why I just do that, but I wash down the braid. And then of course the scalp, which is again why my retwists don't last. I cannot go more than 2 weeks without washing my hair. I do not wash it less than 7 days though. So I'm usually about 10 to 14 days, but by the time I'm at day 14, I need to wash my hair. I go to Hot Works, which is a sauna gym. So all of the workouts are in a sauna. I sweat. I can't not go without it. I also I try to get my 10,000 steps every day, and I also like to run. So, well, no, I'm sorry. I also run. I don't like to run, but I run. Either way, I sweat. Said all that to say I sweat. So I have to wash my hair. And then in the end, I just use a regular shampoo. Whatever is in the shower is what I'll use. For like that third time. The first 2 times with ACV shampoos, the third time just a regular one. I pretty much only own moisturizing ones for my kids and stuff. So that's what I use. Just grab that. I love my SKALA Brazil. So I use the orange one. I know they come in lots of different colors. They mean lots of different things. But the girl on the pack, she has really dense, potentially 4C hair. I have dense 4C hair. I resonated with her. Plus, a TikTok told me to do it. So I've been using this. This is actually almost empty. Thankfully, I accidentally ordered 2 when I got this one. So I have another one waiting, ready to go. But all I do is I take a little bit of this out of the jar and I just put it on my ends and just rub it around on my ends. I haven't actually, now that I'm thinking about it, I haven't brushed my hair in a while. So I do typically brush it with a hard bristle brush just to keep my curly ends. Not the whole thing now. Of course, I only brush the loose ends. When I brush it, they lose some of the natural form where they're just like a coil. They get a different curl pattern to them and they look a bit more frizzy. That's why I don't like brushing them, but I have to also brush them because most of the back of my hair is starting to lock on the bottom, and I'm gonna just let it. I'm just gonna let it. I'm really just worried about what I see in the mirror. So, and then again, I did self-color my hair. I went to the store, I bought some, I think it was the Garnier hair color. I looked at it, I said, ooh, that looks like it'll be a pretty color. I hope it comes out close. It really didn't, but that's okay. I'm happy with what I got. I was gonna be fine either way. I'm really not hard to please. When it comes to oil, this is the only oil that I have ever used until about a week ago. So I use the Wild Growth oil. I use it on my hair. It has a little nozzle, as you can see. I just put it in there on the scalp. And because it's oil, I really just kind of do the top and then the back upper parts, and then it just kind of drips down. And I will notice it dripping, so that's not a theory. I'm not just like, I think it drips. No, it does, because I see it. I'll have to wipe my edges and stuff and the back of my neck because it drips down. I do not put any products other than what I've mentioned on my hair. I only do shampoo and conditioner on the actual, a leave-in conditioner on the actual hair. I do not put oil or grease on my hair in any way, shape, or form outside of the Wild Growth oil that I put on the scalp. I do not put anything on my actual hair. Can't say that enough. All the Loc girlies that don't do that, I have to agree with them because, like I said, after some days, my hair gets to looking real boneless, and I don't put oil actually directly on the hair. I don't put any hair product. I don't lay my edges. I don't even own edge control. My best friend came, she needed edge control. I was like, girl, me too. I don't have any, so I'm 42. I don't know if we're kind of not, we don't do the edges. We missed that, but we were a little too old when that hit. I don't do my edges. I don't really pull my hair up often. Sometimes I will do a little half up type of thing. And when I do, I just pull it up. Like, it's not a big deal to me. My edges are coarse, that's fine. Sometimes I'll spray them with water and brush them with like a soft brush. But if they look like a little bit kinky or a lot of bit kinky, I'm good with that. I am growing my hair. It's locks. It's not how my hair looks. And then what I changed to about a week ago was the Baskin Lather scalp stimulator. TikTok got me, y'all. I saw all those little sales, deals, promotions, testimonies. So I got this. So I'm gonna try it and see. It's really tiny. It's only 2 ounces, and it's me and my daughter using it. That's gonna be gone quick. But I will let you guys know if I see any sort of growth from that. But that's pretty much it. That's pretty much it. That's my hair in a nutshell. I usually kind of show you guys. Do I notice my hair growing? A little bit, yeah. I can notice, and you guys may notice from some of my first videos, yeah, it looks like it's grown a bit from, like, it wasn't quite sitting like a little past my shoulder, because right now, if you really strain to see, it's a little past my shoulders. Before, it was sitting like, it was just a perfect bob, perfect, just sitting right at the shoulders. So yes, I do notice it. I can really tell with the front part of my hair. It's grown. Like, I almost want to just clip it, but I'm not gonna do that. I'm just letting it do its thing. Oh, and for my retwist, I only retwist. I do not retie at all. I don't have time for that, because like I said, I cut all of, like, not cut, but I split all those 150, 60 something in half. So now I have 300 and something. I don't have time for that, you guys. I have 2 kids, I have a job, I have a side hustle that I'm trying to turn into a main hustle. So I don't have time for all that. But I have done a couple. I have played around with this one, because this and this, these are 2 different sides of the same, very difficult coin. It doesn't want to lock. It does not want to lock for me. And I think it's because the front of my hair doesn't have the same curl pattern. If you look, the front of my hair has very loosely curled, like much bigger. Not, I wouldn't say loose, but very bigger. The curls are much bigger. Back here, these are coils. Whereas this is not the same. Which this little stuff up here doesn't want to do right. There are times when I wake up and it has just completely come undone. It's just loose hair. And I've had to so many times just twist it real quick just to get out the door. I got really tired of that, and I said, no. This bad boy is getting interlocked. So I had to interlock it. And as you can see, it's grown out a little bit. So I'm about to interlock it some more. We're going to keep this going. And I had to do the same thing to its bad little cousin over here, who wanted to keep coming undone as well. So it's interlocked just in this piece so that I could stop waking up with just hair that did what it felt like doing. So that's it for my interlocking, and it was a process. It was so much more than clip and like move on to the next. It was so much more than that. So just because of time, I won't be interlocking most of them, but difficult ones I will. But if you have any questions, go ahead and leave them in the comments, and I will definitely answer them for you. Hopefully this 8-month update is a thorough one, because I've been forgetting a few months, which I swore I wasn't going to forget before I started, but here we are. I will be back, whether long form or most likely in a short, to give a 9-month update. But here is where we are, and I'm thrilled with it. Best decision I ever made. And I really hate to sound like a cliche and everybody else, but I do wish I had started this years ago. I mean, yeah. But I'm happy with where I'm at and that I finally did start. If you have questions, let me know. Comments, let me know. Don't forget to like and subscribe to follow my journey. And if you found this video helpful, please let me know, because I'm hoping that I'm helpful like the people who I watched. So until next time, bye.